मुंबई में पाम AV-ICN एक्सपो के 23वें संस्करण का शुभारंभ। प्रो ऑडियो, एवी और लाइटिंग उद्योग के लिए 3 दिवसीय व्यापार प्रदर्शनी का आयोजन। भारत के प्रोफेशनल ऑडियो, वीडियो इंटीग्रेशन और एंटरटेनमेंट लाइटिंग उद्योग के लिए सबसे बड़ा मंच पाम AV-ICN एक्सपो। पाम AV-ICN एक्सपो के 23वें संस्करण का शुभारंभ मुंबई के बॉम्बे एग्जीबिशन सेंटर में हुआ। ये 3 दिवसीय आयोजन 31 मई 2025 तक चलेगा। उद्योग के लिए व्यापार, नवाचार और परिवर्तन का एक जीवंत केंद्र बताया जा रहा है।
Talking about the challenges of this industry, new technologies and solutions for this industry. So what's happening over this next 3 days, what I'll do is I'll pass on the mic to each one of the speakers sitting next to me, and they will talk about how they're engaged with this industry, about the show, and then we'll open this floor for questions. Thank you. Peter, over to you.
Morning, friends and press. My name is Peter Hall. I'm the president of Informa for the ईईएमए region, India, Middle East and Africa. A little bit about Informa, just very briefly. We're owners and organisers of large-scale exhibitions, and we are a global business. We organise live exhibitions, trade exhibitions mainly, across the whole world. We have about 600 events similar to this one, from Japan all the way through to Brazil and everything in between. The region I look after is a very fast-growing region. The events scene in ईईएमए is very buoyant. We're investing heavily in growth markets, and India is really at the top of the list for us as a company. We recently purchased the Palm show from the previous owners, who was Hive, and so Informa is very proud to be the new owners of the Palm event, and we very much look forward to investing further in this event to allow it to grow and develop its full potential in this very exciting market. So we're very happy to be here, and very happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly, right. What's saving without a few glitches. So my name is Amar Subhash, manage the India and the APAC region for Hरमन Professional. So Hरमन's been associated with Palm and with India for a very long time. And for us, this is the premier show to showcase everything, the best of everything we have. The latest product launches, the latest technologies, showcasing immersive, upcoming concepts like immersive. I think our immersive setup, the live arena, Hरमन live arena, is the most complex that we've done till date in any trade show. So I think I would encourage everyone to make a visit. So what I said in Hरमन, Palm is one of the most important. I want to congratulate the Palm team for really upgrading the show this year, and the venue is new, looks brilliant. I think it's I can see bigger scale and more people coming through. So we're really happy to be here. And really, Hरमन's all about audio, video, lighting technologies. We serve pretty much all the verticals that you can think of, all product technologies. India is a very large and important market. Last year, we were one of the fastest growing markets here. So we continue to invest in getting the latest and the greatest in time and innovating for the market. So again, great to be here, and look forward to questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Amar. Over to Mr. Jaime.
Good morning. Thank you for your time. My name is Jaime Alborz. I'm the SVP of Global Sales for Hरमन Professional. First time at the Palm show. Come to India quite often. I've been in Hरमन for 20 years. It was the first time at this show. Mark convinced me to come over and enjoy it. Been here a couple hours already. Very impressive. Arena looks great. And as Amar said, I encourage you all to take your time and go to the live arena and listen to our immersive showcase. Very impressive. Also the energy here from the people trying to understand what we're doing, what's the latest in technology, how we can support their pain points. It's impressive. So looking forward to being here for the next couple days, and open to any of your questions.
So I mean, anything on the global perspective about this industry you want to say to the media out here?
Yeah, I think, you know, this, in India particularly in the last couple of years, the growth we've seen here, it's quite impressive when you benchmark it against some of the other markets. From a global perspective per se, I think, you know, these shows are on par to some of the shows that we see there. As Amar said, the actual immersive demo here is one of the biggest we've done ever. You know, top stuff that we've done in the US and Europe, so it's exciting to see.
Okay, thank you. And now over to Mr. Mawani. Morning, sir.
Morning, press and media. Morning, analysts. My name is Manish Mawani. I am the director and founder for SNL Pro. Power exhibition is like an annual pilgrimage for my industry, for all of us to meet everyone here and catch up with whatever is happening. And it's great to see the exhibition growing. It's great to see the new owners, and I look forward to meeting everyone. Thank you.
Mr. Chopra, he's been the founder of the show, and I'm sure he's seen this show, this industry from last 25 years. I'm sure lot of insights.
Hello everybody. It's very nice and to have all the press here, and I think it's a very big story that you have for the mainstream press, for the larger public, because as you know very well that now this government that we have, they are very synced into the gig economy. After what happened in Ahmedabad, and the government realized that there is a massive economy behind every event, and it creates a lot of jobs and a lot of economy, lot of travel and hotel, hospitality. The entire economy is charged by the gig economy, and you know, I will welcome questions for you all to understand more about the fact that this Expo has all the technology behind the gig economy. So any stage event in the country, as you know, Manish is here, he's the man who supplies, or he executes every large global event that is happening in India, and from international artists and Indian artists. And it's all happening in this exhibition. The entire technology and the manpower and the equipment behind the gig economy. When I say gig economy for the press, I mean the economy of the stage shows and events. Right? So that's what I want you to understand. It's a very big story you have here to carry to the public. I'll pass on to
Mr. Ashwin Kodani.
Yeah, Vice President of
ईईएमए.
Hi, good morning press. I'm Harshal Kotari. I'm representing Event and Entertainment Association of India, and I'm the Vice President for the West Zone. So EMA is the only body in the country which is representing the government of India. We are an association. We have more than 3,000 event managers along with Korea. So we are not just representing the event management companies only, but also the complete supply chain also. So for us, AV industry becomes a very integral part of it. And over the years, we have made sure that we make an ecosystem. But under the ecosystem, we have everyone, right from an event planner to the artist to the AV companies, and that is the only reason we are able to connect with the government of India and get into a policy change and making to make the country eventful. As Mr. Chopra just mentioned that the government itself is very eventful, and they are creating plenty of expos, live shows, which most of the shows Manish is part of it. So our economy is growing at a multi-scale, and this is the only place where we interact with the press and we make sure that as EMA, as a body, how we can come forward and make sure that each and every bit of the need of the industry is being communicated via the body to the government, so the policies are framed based on that thing. So let us all work together and make sure the industry grows on in whole rather than a particular segment. Thank you very much.
Thank you to my panelists, and now the floor is open for any questions from the media. If you could just, if it's directed at any particular speaker, you can just name his and you can say, if it's open for everybody, we can, anyone for an answer.
What I want you all to understand that today, whether it is a classroom, whether it is an airport, whether it is a metro, whether it is your bank, or whether it is a QSR, quick service restaurant, cafe, everything in hospitality, sports, the financial sector, corporate sector, hospitality sector, education sector, everywhere there is AV. Every aspect of the economy is today audiovisual. You need to have the visual, the screen, and then you need to have the audio connecting to the screen. So whether it is announcements for the flights in airports, in tandem with the screens giving the information, in tandem with a lot of other information that goes inside an airport, similarly for a metro, similarly for a cafe. So today everything is AV. AV is the future. There's a lot of investment from the government. The government of India has to be praised. There is no doubt about it. The government is spending billions of dollars in AV. They are funding the digital classroom. They are funding the banks to put up the screen. They are funding the metros. They are funding AV fantastically, better than any country in the world. You can be proud of that. That's a big story.
Oh, bhai, oh.
That AV now, digital signage, retail. Now today you cannot imagine retail without AV. So this Expo provides the technology for AV integration. So AV-ICN stands for AV, audiovisual. ICN stands for integration, communication, networking. So all the technology that is required for a AV integration, whether it is AV over IP, AV over 5G, connecting all the classrooms or the corporate sector or the hospital. So AV is a driving force of the economy. And we are providing on this Expo a very good 3-day conference after this press meet over 3 days. Very good speakers. We are talking about the technology in AV. Now, one thing I want the press to note and carry this message, that Indian AV engineers today, the whole world is writing about them. All the magazines abroad are writing about Indian AV engineers, Indian AV companies who do fantastic engineering, design for the AV integration, whether it is a big stadium in the Middle East or whether it is a big auditorium somewhere in, even in Europe. Indian AV engineering is being called upon to provide the AV design and also integration, and of course in IT and communication we all know where India stands today. So they are also providing a lot of technology for communication AV and all the networking that goes on nowadays at various parallels in various interconnected internet, intranet, it's all there. So this is the exhibition with that vision, with that focus. I think it's a lot of hard work we are putting in for this sector.
Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
How are emerging technologies like AI, machine learning and cloud computing impacting AV and lighting systems?
What do you want to see? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a great question as to, right, how is AI impacting? So what we're now seeing is that some of the end devices, the peripheral devices, like cameras and some of the intelligent speakers that you're exposed to, they are getting AI enabled. So there's intelligence built into those devices that allows them to track you and behave intelligently. Now I think what we're seeing is, right, that AI now starting to get into improved process management, right? So for example, if you want to set up an AV system in a large auditorium, right? So you can deploy AI tools to to have better tuning, better programming, right? So the whole element of AI coming into and helping the whole programming and the setup side of right, the whole installation. I think that's getting to be very real, and obviously AI will obviously help us to develop products faster in terms of code development. I think many of the products we do, the software element of that is very high these days. Everything is about interconnected systems. So the AI element of helping development, the condensing development cycles faster, right? So and then we really see this whole trend coming together. So I would say that we're at the early stage, and as industry learns, to better use AI tools, you're going to see a lot more innovation come through. Either it be faster deployments, better sound setups, better, faster programming. So I think there's a lot to discover as we go through the AI journey.
Thank you. My one more question. What are the most significant technological innovations in professional AV and lighting in the past years?
I could add a few, and maybe I'll ask Jaime to add a few. I think the big movement that we're seeing in AV is the move towards network, right? In the past, AV systems were their own network, right, and very separate from let's say the IT networks. That convergence is happening very fast. So all the products that we see now that are getting launched, they have common protocols such as Dante, where systems can talk to each other very easily. So I would say that the biggest trend that we've seen is convergence of IT and AV, and the transport being very much the IP and open standards like Dante. And on the more creative side, we see immersive as a very big tech coming through. So in terms of experiences to consumers, how do they consume sound? What are the immersive experiences? And there are many use cases. So I think we would encourage you to drop into the experience, to the Harmon Live Arena, just to get an understanding of what immersive could be, right? I think those are the large trends that we see, and having global trends, we see tech standpoint.
Similar to what you said, if you go back a couple of years, you needed pieces of software to control different parts of the system. You needed maybe somethsomething to control the DSP, something for the speakers, even something apart for the lighting. As you see progress now, everything is on the same platform. One example of many, we go and look at our AV-ICN suite, which we have launched. The intention there is to have everything running on the same ecosystem. It's easier to deploy, it's easier to monitor, it's easier for the IT technicians to diagnose and monitor the system. So I think that's where we're going in the next couple of years. Some of this stuff is already live, and some of the other stuff we'll probably see in the next 12 to 18 months.
Thank you. And what are the challenges faced by the professional in the current market?
Specific to
AV and lighting.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Skill set, it's an issue. There's a lot of things right now that are very tech heavy. If you go before, and into the analog world, people could figure stuff out. Now everything has a Cat5 connector in the back, and you need to know about VLANs and specific networking skills, and finding that talent sometimes is difficult, but we'll get there eventually, as with any other technology.
Thank you so much.
Hello. Can I?
So just talking about the market size first, I think as I just said the figures, I think the LED market size itself is expected to be 5 times of that. Currently it's a $5 billion market, and in the next 8 years it's supposed to be over $25 billion. So that's the scale of the lighting side of it, which includes LED as a whole, but the entertainment lighting, which is part of our show, is a component part of that industry. Having said that, the Pro Audio, which is the main part of the show, it's currently a $12.5 billion industry, expected to be $18 billion in the next 6 years. So we're talking close to 50% growth in this industry in next just about 5 to 6 years. And to answer about from the show perspective, as organizers, we definitely ensure that the show, this is a 25-year-old show. Though it's a 23rd edition because we lost 2 editions in the pandemic period. As organizers, we do promote this show, and this show is known across length and breadth of India. So if you see the attendees who come in, and if you see them, I think they have traveled from all across India. So the digital divide you see is the shows like this definitely help to bridge that gap, is what I can say that. But if I can pass on to the more experts of how they are bridging the digital divide across the country.
So, answering your first question, the industry is actually growing more in the B town and C towns, the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. My quantum of work, it's more than 50% outside the metros. Today, if you see the biggest bank that came to India, Coldplay, their biggest ever gig of their lifetime was at Motera Stadium, which was more than 100,000 people across 2 days, and more than 50,000 people for 3 days in Mumbai at DY Patil Stadium. If you look at shows like Karan Aujla and Diljit and a few other artists, the tours that have happened last year have gone across India, not just in metros, but cities like Lucknow, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Kochi. There are so many cities that have mushroomed up now as a big concert business. If you look at the trend of things like IFA, Film Fair, a lot of those kind of events which would originally happen only in metro, but now are happening in the other cities, is purely because the demand over there is much more than the metro city, or the spending power has become big in those cities now.
Yeah, hi. One more.
YouTube and other platforms have given you so many talents. You know, so many reality shows have given you so many talents that they've become mega stars. So there's no shortage of talent in India. The only thing that we lacked was infrastructure, which I've spoken on very Palm platform 10 years back. And when we have ministers like Mr. Gadkari and Mr. Modi, they are understanding the change that's required. Like I spoke to Mr. Gadkari during COVID on a live platform. We made some very important changes in the MSME sector. With those changes, actually people from the AV industry, especially the rental companies, which could not fit into micro, but were very small for mini, very large for mini. Those number changes helped us to get into MSME sector. Today, a lot of companies who have joined MSME sector are taking bank funding under CGTMSE schemes and buying bigger AV equipment. That's also one of the reasons for such large growth in the buying capacity. You know, it's both ways. The government is understanding, and after understanding what happened in Singapore with Taylor Swift and what happened in India with Coldplay, it's like an eye opener for everyone. That's the kind of revenue one can generate. And entertainment industry is hand in glove with hospitality. Even though this rental business is not considered as a sector, but in other words, we support so many other sectors of business due to one large event. It could be a wedding, it could be a concert, it could be a summit. You know, you have tourism, you have travel, you have hospitality, you have catering, you have security services, you have medical services, trophies, gifts. There's so many sectors which benefit because of one entertainment industry.
Answering your question, because of the new Gen Z crowd what we have in the range of that 25 to 35, post-COVID, if we all realize the spending powers have tripled or even 4 times. There's a time like, you know, we used to think spending 2,000 rupees behind a concert, and today we don't even think twice to spend more than 8,000 or 10,000 behind a ticket price. And I mean, shows like Coldplay, actually they are sold out in a matter of 48 hours, with the ticket are even ranging up to 1 lakh and upwards. So what has happened over the time, in fact post-COVID the maturity of the industry has increased. There was a time where for big gigs the sound and light used to come from outside, and now we have the infra available where all the tech, all the AVs happens here. We have the best of the engineers. The industry is working towards making better engineers so more live shows can happen over here, and government is also working on the infrastructure. There was a time where we had only one Bombay Exhibition Center as the only convention center in the city. Now we have grounds, we have Geo Convention, 2 more convention centers are coming up in Navi Mumbai and airport. So because of the eventful nature of the country, the things are increasing, and AV would play the biggest role for the growth story of that. If we are not upgrading the AV and more over the manpower, more over the people. We don't have the best of the engineers, then inventory won't make any sense. So we both need to grow both the things hand in hand. So that's what my take on your question.
There are three areas, and we have the lighting hall, which is all the lighting exhibitors, and we have the pro audio. So it's the three divisions in the 300, and pro audio is the largest. Now, India has a very great future in all the three sectors for manufacturing all the equipment which you see in all the three halls. Because today, technology has changed very rapidly, where there is convergence of IT, and new products are coming out, new technologies are coming out in audio also, in lighting also, and in AV products also. So India is very suitably placed to create new products, incorporate all the IT technology and the AI and the broadband, and create new products for the future. And we can do manufacturing also, because this government is focused on manufacturing. We need to have large scale manufacturing. We cannot have small scale manufacturing. So India is ready now to compete with China. We can have large scale manufacturing. We can export all over the world. And it's already some of the Indian production is going into export in a small way. But the future is going to be very clear. India will be a very big manufacturing center, and there will be a very big export economy for all these products which you are seeing in the three halls. You can quote me and write that in your report, that the future is for India into manufacturing for these sectors.
Does this tariff war has any impact on you said that we are also exporting, and to what extent we are dependent on imported materials?
We are very dependent on imported materials at the moment. Export is very less, but it is going to grow exponentially. We are at a turning point. The industry is at a turning point.
Sir, again, the tariff war point.
Tariff?
Yeah.
No. Tariffs don't affect India at all, because we are such a large economy. For every product we have our own consumption. India is consuming product in India. India is not dependent on export, whether it is fruit, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is any product. To satisfy the Indian market itself is very big manufacturing is required. And pricing in India, the people are able to afford, as he just said, the EVA president just said, that he can afford any price for quality. And India is a quality market, it is a pure ghee market. You get the best quality in India for the best price.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just one question to Mr. Chopra. Mr. Chopra, could you shed some light on the CAVS?
Yes, of course. So this is a very big achievement for our company. Before we created the CAVS, which stands for Certified AV Specialist, there was that lady was asking about the skill set factor also. So at the moment, none of the universities have a AV degree course, which is fine. They will soon have, I'm sure. But CAVS, the Certified AV Specialist course, in 3 days, there's a 3-day faculty, and we have the best curriculum, which the person who gave the AV for Statue of Unity in Ahmedabad, he has created the curriculum. And we have a very good curriculum for 3 days to train people who are just entering the AV industry. Now, this is a political thing, that before we had the guts to create a certified course. Nowhere in the world anyone was creating a certified course for AV because of Infocom, which is a association which has a similar course called CTS, Certified Technology Specialist. So the whole industry would respect only a CTS. Now that is coming from 50 years, and that's an association in the US. But he went ahead, created our own certification course, which is the beginning. We have a long vision for education. Our company will do that, and we have created CAVS. It is a valid course. The companies are sending their engineers to, or the new talent, new entry interns and all to come and get an introduction to the AV technology.
I think that's a good enabler for the next generation that a lot of people are asking about.
Yes.
It gives them a direction saying, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Yes, just a 3-day course, of course. Our ambitions are much bigger. Let's hope we all work together to make it happen better and better.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Since the show has started, I think I may just ask for one last question before I allow all the panelists want to go on the show floor. So for sure, any last questions? Or the panelists will be available if you want any one-on-one interactions.
The expos and the exhibition. Today, I mean, one of the exhibitions in Delhi of the renewable sources of countries. So most of the LD tech were being specially imported for that particular event. So, I mean, one of the driving sources are the live shows, the concert, what Manish will give you better idea for that part of it, because they have been constantly upgrading, maximize over there. Second is the exhibitions. And third is the live events, what we do for the conferences and otherwise, where the tech is a maximum required, right from a registration desk tech to the event tech. Every time the client wants something new, and that is one of the biggest driving forces to have more and more technology requirement in India.
And beyond that, to add, even the entire corporate sector, which is expanding, the LED demand, the audio, the corporate audio demand, it's actually driving. If you see industrialization increasing, so all this also get into the corporate sector also. So beyond the event sector, it's also the corporate, the industrialization that's happening. That's a huge boost for this demand for this equipment out there. Great, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us. Please spread the message. Anybody who's connected with the sector, they can join in here. It's 3-day show. It's starting today, so it's from 10 to 6. Thank you for joining us.
23rd edition है पालम एक्सपो AV का.
First of all, welcome to 23rd edition of PALM. ये हमारा ये शो है. आज इन्फोर्मा ने पहली बार ज्वाइन किया है हाइव इंडिया के साथ. ये शो के लिए हमारे साथ हरमन चोपड़ा जी भी है. ये शो उन्होंने फाउंड किया था 25 साल पहले, और ये उनकी आइडिया थी, वो डेफिनेटली बताएंगे कि एक इवेंट इंडस्ट्री के लिए है जो प्रो ऑडियो लगता है, प्रोफेशनल ऑडियो, कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर के लिए जो ऑडियो लगता है, लाइटिंग लगती है, वो सारे जो नए टेक्नोलॉजीज़ है ये कैसे इंडिया में आ जाए. और ये शो आज सबसे बड़ा शो है जो बढ़ के हुआ है. 300 से ज़्यादा एग्जिबिटर, 1000 से ज़्यादा देश विदेश से ब्रांड्स आई हुए हैं. सारी नई नई टेक्नोलॉजीज़ आपको डिस्प्ले पे है यहाँ पे, जो ये आप इवेंट्स इंडस्ट्री में हो, आपकी शादियों में हो, और कोई इवेंट्स होते हैं लोकल इवेंट, टेम्पल्स में हैं, आपके अलग अलग जगह पे जो टेक्नोलॉजी आती है डिस्प्ले की, ये सारी यहाँ पे सोर्स होती है. तो ये सारे आके बाय करेंगे और ये अपने अपने पूरे पैन इंडिया ये टेक्नोलॉजी आप अपने अपने इंस्टीट्यूशंस में हो या अपने इवेंट्स में हो, ये यूज़ हो.
तो क्या संदेश देंगे? ऑडियो विजुअल इंडस्ट्री जो है काफ़ी ग्रो कर रही है, आने वाले दिनों में इसका फ्यूचर कैसा है?
फ्यूचर बहुत बड़ा है, बहुत अच्छा है. और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि जो हमारी गवर्नमेंट है वो पूरा ऑडियो विजुअल इंडस्ट्री के बारे में उनको जानकारी है, और वो उनका विश्वास है कि ये इंडस्ट्री सिर्फ मनोरंजन के लिए नहीं है, एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए नहीं है, ये हर एक एरिया में ज़रूरी है. सबसे बड़ा ऑडियो विजुअल इंडस्ट्री में इम्पैक्ट है एजुकेशन में. सारे क्लासरूम अभी स्मार्ट क्लासरूम हो रहे हैं. स्मार्ट क्लासरूम में स्क्रीन लग रहा है, ऑडियो लग रहा है, प्रो ऑडियो लग रहा है, सब कुछ हो रहा है. कमाल हो रहा है इंडिया में. तो सच गवर्नमेंट इतना पैसा लगा रही है स्मार्ट क्लासरूम में, तो वो तो छोटी बात है इंडिया के लिए. और बाकी के सारे रेस्टोरेंट, कैफ़े, नाइट क्लब, डिस्को, रेस्टो बार, ये सारे बैंक, सारे ऑफिस, सारे कंट्रोल रूम, सब जगह पे AV है. मगर हमारे शो की सबसे बड़ी बात है कि जो हमने 25 साल पहले शुरू किया था, ये प्रो ऑडियो शो शुरू किया था. वो इंजीनियर जो गाना रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, जो बॉलीवुड में आप जितने भी गाने सुन रहे हो, जो टीवी पे या बॉलीवुड पे, वो साउंड रिकॉर्डिंग का ये शो है. और हम इस शो में सारे साउंड इंजीनियर्स को अवार्ड देते हैं, और इसका नाम है आयरा, इंडियन रिकॉर्डिंग आर्ट्स एकेडमी अवार्ड्स। तो ये अवार्ड्स है, जो जूरी है, जितने बॉलीवुड के सबसे हिट ट्रैक्स हैं उसके जो साउंड इंजीनियर हैं, जो मिक्सिंग करते हैं, जो उसका इफेक्ट्स देते हैं, तो वो साउंड इंजीनियर जूरी बनती है। वो सुनते हैं सब गाने, हमको 1200 से 1400 सबमिशन मिलते हैं। तो साउंड इंजीनियर सब ये शो पे आते हैं अपना नया इक्विपमेंट, नया माइक्रोफोन, नया स्पीकर खरीदने को, और जो म्यूज़िक बजाते हैं वो भी आते हैं नया बड़ा स्पीकर खरीदने के लिए, बड़े से बड़े स्टेज के लिए, छोटे से छोटे गणपति मंडल के लिए। तो वो सब यहाँ पे ही खरीदी होती है। और ये शो में 25,000 लोग आते हैं सारे इंडिया से, और अपना सारा सामान यहाँ पे ही ऑर्डर देके जाते हैं।
सर, इंडिया में डिजिटल मार्केट काफ़ी डेवलप हो रहा है, उसको लेकर के क्या करें?
एक सेकेंड, आप क्या पूछ रहे हैं?
सर, मैं रिक्शन वाणी महाराष्ट्र जनसत्ता सर, एक बड़ा टास्क है सर विजुअल के लिए। आने वाले जो युवा है उनको किस नज़र से देखते हैं, क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगे?
आने वाले युवा के लिए ये इस इंडस्ट्री में बहुत अच्छा फ्यूचर है, उनको बहुत अच्छी नौकरी मिल सकती है। ये सब कनेक्शन करने के लिए, इंटीग्रेशन करने के लिए, ऑडियो और वीडियो का इंटीग्रेशन करने के लिए अच्छा सा उनको सीखना पड़ेगा, अच्छी सैलरी मिलेगी, अच्छा फ्यूचर है, बहुत अच्छा फ्यूचर है इसमें। और इंडियन इंजीनियर्स सारी दुनिया मानती है और सारी दुनिया ट्रैवल करती है वहाँ पे जाके ये सब सुविधा देने के लिए, ये इंजीनियरिंग के लिए। तो डिजिटल के हिसाब से आप पूछेंगे तो डिजिटल में बहुत नई नई टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है। अभी स्पीकर होते थे इतने बड़े, अब एक नया ट्रेंड आ गया, अभी इतने फ्लैट स्पीकर आ गए हैं। अभी पहले था स्टीरियो साउंड, अभी इमर्सिव साउंड हो रहा है, इमर्सिव विजुअल भी हो रहा है कि आपका एक्सपीरियंस बेटर हो, कि आपको ऐसे लगे कि आप उस दुनिया में हैं इमर्सिव साउंड के साथ और इमर्सिव विजुअल के साथ आप उस दुनिया में हो। तो ये तो टेक्नोलॉजी इंडिया में आम, मतलब टियर 2, टियर 3, टियर 4 हर एक जगह पे जो अमीर आदमी है ये सब चीज़ें अपने शादी पे करता है। अपने जो आते हैं लोग शादी पे, उनको एक्सपीरियंस देता है। और वो अपने मतलब इंडिया में तो आपको मालूम है मनोरंजन तो हमारा पहला धर्म है।
तो इन फार्मा के साथ कैसा अनुभव रहा इस बार आप ज्वाइन वेंचर कर रहे हैं?
बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा, क्योंकि इन्फॉर्मा पाम के इंडस्ट्री में बहुत इंटरेस्टेड है, आज से नहीं पिछले बहुत सालों से उनको इंटरेस्ट है ये इंडस्ट्री में, क्योंकि वो दुनिया के सबसे बड़े एग्जीबिशन कंपनी है। दुबई वर्ल्ड ट्रेड सेंटर भी अभी वो इन्फॉर्मा संभाल रहा है, तो उनको बहुत इंटरेस्ट है कि इंडिया में वो अच्छा काम करें इस इंडस्ट्री में, खास करके पाम एक्सपो के लिए, कि पाम एक्सपो को दुनिया भर लेके जाए। उनका ये भी इरादा है कि इंडिया के बाहर भी लेके जाए और इंडिया में इसको और बड़ा करें, और बड़ा करें।
जी सर, और एक सवाल, ये पाम एक्सपो और इंडिया इंडियन मार्केट जो एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड है, एक ब्रांड बन चुका है, तो वर्ल्ड के नज़र में आप किस तरह देखते हैं?
सारा वर्ल्ड बहुत ही इंडियन मार्केट के बारे में जानता है कि इंडियन मार्केट सबसे बड़ी है। वो स्पीकर जापान में बने, यूएसए में बने, उनको मालूम है सबसे ज़्यादा इंडिया में बिके। तो उनको मालूम है कि इन्फॉर्मा और पाम एक बहुत पावरफुल 1+1 = 11। उनको मालूम है कि ये इक्वेशन बहुत खतरनाक है और बहुत दुनिया भर में काम करने वाला है।
थैंक यू।